Crypto Visionary to level 3. Crypto Visionary to level 3.
Hello, everybody. A second here. It's just slightly too loud. Okay, hi. How are we doing? Happy Friday. All right. Hopefully you all had a good week. It's good to be back live again. I have actually made some pretty good progress on this so far. I started working on the engine just to take a little bit of a break from the body, but everything's kind of coming together pretty well now, so. Why are you so good at what? Why can't I see that entire message? I can't. At this. At this. I'm just the best, right? Just the best, buddy. I'm not the best. Parindra, hello, how are you? Alright. So here we are. This is what we're working on right now. Continuing to work on anyway. I can delete this because I don't need that anymore. This is my sole focus right now. This is all I will allow myself to focus on right now. So I'm gonna grab all this junk. We're gonna start making some more panels. As always, guys, if you have questions or anything like that, please feel free to ask me. I do not mind answering them. I think my music might be a little bit loud. Turn that down just a tad bit. Yeah, so I'm looking at my concept here. And realizing. Okay, so hold on. Nicely view selected. Where does the wing attach? Okay. No, that's actually kind of perfect. Okay. So that's where it links up. That's not supposed to be that way. That's okay. I'll fix that later. What is your take on AI? I don't like it. I have to work with it. I have to use it for my job, just because, like, I work in IT, so it's the big thing right now. But as far as anything creative, I keep it out of my area of use. I don't like it at all in creativity. I think it doesn't belong in creativity, so I don't use it. Not a fan. I also think it's overhyped, so. Okay. I'm realizing here. Wait a minute. There's a big enough gap there. So the issue is. I gotta think about this for a second. Nah, we'll think about it later. We'll make the mistake now. Because this has to be a panel. So let's do this. Yeah, that'll surely make things better. No, that's not what I wanted. I hate that if you don't move fast enough, sometimes it selects something else. Mr. Daylight, thank you. I appreciate it. What do you do in it related job? Are you a game dev? No. So I work in information technology. I actually don't currently work in the industry just because I haven't really tried to work in the industry. I don't necessarily live near it, so it's a little bit harder for me to get into it. But I use it a lot for programming stuff. It's a big thing that people, where I work anyway, that people push for in some of the applications that I support. So it is kind of a daily thing that I have to deal with. And it's not great. It's not the best thing in the world. It just doesn't, it's not as, like, game changing as everybody makes it out to be. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of hope. Where am I right now? Okay, I see. So this goes, all right. I actually need that right there. Okay, so we're gonna go mesh. Detach. But how you guys doing tonight? Anyone working on anything cool? Anybody doing anything fun tonight? Separate. Trying to get in the groove of this because I feel like I haven't like really focused on doing 3D stuff for a little bit, and like trying to just stay consistent again has been rough because life has been busy. Okay. So that'll be my little panel block out there. I gotta match it up with everything else, but I'm gonna just block out 2 panels and then I'm gonna focus on those for a little while. Okay. Let's see. I've done this 100 times and I keep forgetting what I do. Okay. Sweet. There we go. Shift I. Music is kind of loud. Why is that so loud? There we go. All right, cool. So all I'm doing, same thing that I've been doing, is just kind of building out these panels and just getting them kind of placed. And then later I go back and kind of adjust them. But I'm making sure I focus on like the panel thickness to make sure that I'm getting that like nice panel gap. So from here, what I want to do is select everything that these need to match up to right now and start matching things up. So go into low poly mode, just make sure everything's kind of working the way it's supposed to. Yeah. All right, cool. So this is where stuff gets changed. So as you can see, like I didn't extrude that enough, so I'm going to start just kind of finagling this stuff together again, because I want all of these to snap to these. Oh, turn off that constraint. That constraint always gets me. I always forget to turn it off. If you guys are unfamiliar with why I'm doing this and why it's not working. Oh, it's not working because there's no gap there. Okay, I'll fix that in a little bit. This kind of helps give the illusion that you have these like thicker, kind of dense panels that are actually making up the entire body of the ship. So I can show you what that kind of looks like here in a minute. It's a little time consuming, but the result is worth it in my opinion. Okay. Also, I don't know why, but like usually Maya has a pretty good like selection radius, and for whatever reason mine has like reduced to like exactly getting the vertex, or it deselects the entire thing like that. I don't know why. So if any of you know why, let me know so I can fix it. What's up, Zach? How you doing, man? Oh, wait a minute. Oh, that one's just matched up. Okay. No need to change it then. Okay. So those are good. This does need to... Okay. Never mind. I see where the issue is. Starting work soon. Oh, man. You doing some, like, late night stuff? Good morning, Crix. What's up? How you? How be you? Okay, whoa. What did I do over here? Hold on. Oh, no, did I do that on purpose? I think I did that on purpose. Yeah, I did. Okay. That scared me for a second. I was like, what the hell? Okay. Shift I. Yeah, see, like, look, like, I can't, for whatever reason, I have to get, like, really precise with clicking on things now. And it wasn't like that before, and I don't know what happened. It might be time to reinstall Maya. Maybe. I try not to do that very often. Alright. Sweet. Okay. Yes, sir. Nice. Well, I hope that goes well for you, man. Are you at least enjoying it a little bit? I know it's probably not the funnest thing in the world, but... let's see. Just woke up and came here. I love that you start your mornings with the stream. That's fun. And I'm glad that you choose to start your mornings with my stream, because that's pretty cool. Not gonna lie. Alright. Shouldn't create too much of an issue. It's gonna create a little bit of a pinch there, but I can kind of smooth that out later. Show, isolate, you select it. Okay. It's alright, yeah. I've been there, man. I used to do stuff like that similar when we were kind of in tight times, so I get it. Okay, I didn't support that at all. Yeah. Alright. Okay. What's on your docket today, Crix? What you got going on? What you working on? It's always kind of fun figuring out where to support these. Because, like, I need them to hold their shape. Just like that, actually. I have no issues with it, but some people hate that this is my job at the moment. Yeah, that's understandable. But you gotta do what you gotta do, and you're doing what you gotta do, man. That's more respectable than anything. Today is a little festival here, so we're gonna go hang out in my relative's house, so work today. Aw. No relaxation? Sam, I am modeling this thing. Currently working on the engines. Which are going okay. I'm still not in love with them. Shape-wise, I honestly just don't like them, but I think what I'm going to end up doing is using some, some lattice deformers and just kind of reshaping it a bit. What is your job now? I am an applications engineer, so I develop and support software. It's super fun. All right. Let's see. Right now, along with the internship, I'm trying to do some work for myself as well. 1 to 2 hours on weekdays and 5 to 6 hours on weekends. But right now, I feel like I can't think. Oh, wait. I can think cool, but then can't do them. I get that. That's a struggle that a lot of people deal with. Like, sometimes it's tough to, like, kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm tired. Execute. To, like, execute the vision. That takes a lot of getting used to. And I still have days like that where I sit down and I'm like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. So I get it, man. I also do stretching, but for that I didn't do the fundamentals, but did just stylized sketches for fun, and now I feel like, what do I do? You just keep doing new things, man. Just keep trying new stuff. How's your night been? My night's been pretty good. I took a nap after work because that seems to be my current like thing to do. Is nice. The Camaro I've been working on is going well. The front and most of the sides are done. Nice, very cool. I give you props for doing cars because I currently hate doing this. I hate panels like this. Like these curved panels, it kills me. Absolutely kills me. What are you working on now, Crix, that you feel like you're stuck on? Okay, so that's just stretching too much. So really what I got to do is just kind of support this a little bit further. So I'm going to add a loop there and just kind of use that to control how tight this corner stays. So we're going to just turn on our edge slide. Or not. Screw it. Slide that in a bit. Slide this guy down a bit just to kind of frame that a bit more, and then we'll slide this one forward a bit. And that should sharpen that corner up just a tad bit. It doesn't need to be like hyper sharp, like it doesn't need to be perfect. Because like when you get this close, like you're never gonna get this close, so it doesn't really matter. But like from here, you want to see that obvious panel gap. But why do you make 3D? Just for fun? I make 3D because I love 3D, and I do eventually want to work either online or in the industry. It'll happen eventually. I just haven't put a lot of focus into it. But yeah, no, I mean it's something I'm passionate about, and that's why I do it. If I made a gun which is like 5,000 tries but used UDIMs, is it still a game asset? It can be. It just depends on how many UDIM tiles you used. It's kind of hit or miss. So like some games they will use like UDIM tile setups. I know they try to avoid it because it's not like the most efficient thing, but they will. Sometimes it works out. I'm off later, dude. All right, Zach, have a good night, man. Stay safe out there. Panels are killing me, especially the weird curved ones. Yeah, it's I have had to change my workflow on this quite a bit, and I don't think I'll do another one of these very soon. Bro, give me a model for portfolio. You mean one to make? You want a model to make for your portfolio? I can't just give you a model for your portfolio. 2. Make it better to look at post on ArtStation. Yeah, 2 should be okay. I mean, keep in mind, understanding like the setup with UDIMs and everything like that is great, and like if you really need to showcase like a super hyper efficient like model for like a game art job, just make sure you can do that. But if you're just trying to showcase like your art and your work, it's okay to go a little bit overboard with things like textures and stuff like that. Just make sure that on other projects you have, you know, some like logical proof that you can actually do the more efficient workflows. I think I'll be doing a little bit of planning and gathering rest, watching some 3D and 2D tutorials on Sunday to get started on Monday. Good. That sounds good. Sounds real good. Yes. I don't know, man. That's a personal choice. Like, in order to choose something to make for your portfolio, you really do want to make like a decision on a project that you're gonna want to enjoy. Like you're gonna enjoy, because like if I show you, like, watch. Let's do this, right? I'll pull up my ArtStation. So let's look at mine here. All of these were because I wanted to make them, not because somebody gave me something to make. So every single one of these had a reason to be made, whether it was to push my skills as an artist, or because it was a concept I saw that I thought was cool, or something I just loved. I think the only piece in here that is actually something that I didn't like want to model would probably be this. But outside of that, everything else was something I wanted to model. So when you're thinking of what you want to build for your portfolio and what you want to actually kind of create for your portfolio, look at things that inspire you and things that you can look at and say, yeah, I'd be okay with spending my time in building that. So just try to find something that's interesting to you, that's going to push you and challenge you. And if you still need help after that, I mean, you can always look at the basics, right? You can look at vehicles, you can look at weapons, you can look at helmets. Like this Spartan helmet, not necessarily something I was just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this. But it was fun and I enjoyed it. It was a good learning experience. So just try to pick stuff like that. I don't think somebody giving you like something to model for your portfolio is necessarily going to be the most helpful thing for you. Best viewers on stream, boo. Man, these are getting out of hand. These keep coming back. Bye-bye. Bam. Let's see. Also might be working with the animator for the scope of the animation. That's cool. It's always good to collaborate with people. I think I do different types of modeling, but I have no idea. What do you mean? I mean, there's only like really two types. Like you got your organic and your hard surface. So like, what do you mean by doing different types? Do you have any examples? I did that for some guns with no UDIMs, and as far as this one, I was thinking 2 iterations. Like, yeah, see, that's good. That's real good. You do hard surface? Okay, so, you know, one of the things that I'll do when I'm stuck, right, if I can't figure out something to model, is I'll go around my house and I'll try to find something that looks interesting, whether it's a wrench or, I don't know, something stupid like this little thing. Just find something. Like, find something in your house that you can, maybe has some different shapes that you're not used to, and then try modeling it. That's one of the best ways to just kind of churn up the, like, get your mind into a space of, like, actual like working, and then from there you can start saying like, okay, cool, well I just did that, now I want to do something else that's going to challenge me a little bit more. It's all about finding what can like kind of keep your inspiration going and what can kind of keep your like your creative, like that creative itch scratched. That needs to be tightened up a bit. Okay. Okay, one of the obvious issues here is that is not lining up with anything now. Which is fun. Okay. I know that's going to destroy that circle in there, but it's okay. That's kind of like the last part. I always say when you're doing stuff like this, like leave circles for the last like thing. Because if you ever have to add geo and you have to like recircularize this, it's just gonna screw things up. Hi from Honduras. Hello, how are you, Ariel? Let's see. Also, Matt, I've sent you the submissions. Can you give feedback? Oh, dude, I'm so sorry. I forgot. I will take a look at them tonight. I got super busy this week. But yes, I will take a look at them. I saw a couple of them. They do look really cool. I just got pulled into a bunch of stuff, so... Okay. No worries, no worries. Okay, cool. But yes, I will take a look at those, because I told you I would. Alright, so let's take a look at this. Same kind of weirdness here. Just want to pull that down a bit. What is going on? Why is my phone lighting up? Did my phone ring? No. Let's see. I'm modeling a car, but the topology is right or wrong. I don't know. You can check it. Yeah, if you want to. Are you in the Discord, Anil? If you're in the Discord, you want to just pop it in one of the channels real quick. We can just take a look at it. I'm kind of like laid back tonight, so I don't really care. No. Can you jump in the Discord? It's just the best way for you to get the stuff to me. And there you can just post something in the work in progress channel and we can take a look at it. Mike is in the building. What's up, Michael? How you doing? I send you. Where are you gonna send it is the problem. Okay. See, look at how nice that is. And if I turn off the wireframe, oh, baby. Okay. Mail? I don't know how you're gonna send it to me in the mail. Go ahead and just figure out how you're gonna send it to me, whether it's in the Discord or if you want to message me, I guess on Instagram or something, and just let me know when you send it. Okay, so that should be lining up pretty well with this now. Yeah. All right. Cool. Yeah, Instagram works. What's up, Lions Path? How are you? I was gonna say, yeah, Anil Crix is right. You can join the Discord in YouTube if you want to. I'll just do this. I think that's gonna broadcast to both of them. Let's see. How are you doing, Lions Path? I'm doing good. How about yourself? Oh, I'm doing good. I'm doing pretty good. Trying to power through this monstrosity of a project. There we go. I don't want it to do that. So, I'm going to just do a little bit of an edge slide. And just try to smooth that a bit. That should be okay. There we go. That's much better. This is a pain. Hey Matt, is Behance better for product type rendering? Behance. That sounds familiar. Why don't I know what that is? What is this? Is this it? No. I don't know what this is. Are you talking about... Let's see. Is this what you're talking about? It's like ArtStation. Oh, okay. So this is the right thing. I don't know. I've never looked at this. Yeah, I have no idea. Maybe. I mean, I would probably post on both. I know it sounds kind of like shitty to say that, but the reality is like I post. I know when I post to ArtStation, I post to Instagram, I post to Frame 240. I will be posting to the rookies more often now. There was another one that I was posting to for a little bit too. I forgot what it was. Oh, Autodesk Area I post to as well. I asked Mr. GPT and AI said yes. Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily trust GPT on that one. It's just another chance for exposure. So It's not that it's bad. I just don't know it very well, so I don't really know if it's going to be like the best platform to use. I've just never used it. It looks intense. I wouldn't want to do it myself, but I admire those who do. Yeah, I don't know. There's something that's really kind of satisfying to it, so. But I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all. Okay. Let's be selected. Okay. It's coming together though. It's working. So let's take a look at this guy. I've just been slowly cutting away at this. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Okay. What are you? Why are you there? Nice little non-manifold piece of geo. Bye-bye. Okay. Sweet. So, looking at the back of this. And the shape is kind of incorrect. So, I gotta fix that. Okay. Yeah, that doesn't help in that view. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try to fix this without completely decimating what I have built already. In fact, I'm gonna go ahead and do an increment save. Just in case. Because I don't want to torch this thing. Okay. Yeah, I am definitely not a fan of this. See, that's that weird shit that I'm dealing with again. Okay. Let's see. Hey, bro. I'm sure if you remember me from last stream, but I got into my dream school. Nomon, yeah, I do remember you. How's it going? Do you love animation more or modeling and texturing? I actually really love animation, which is why I've been having a hard time not doing it. I plan to do a lot with this model, this project. I feel like over the past couple of years, I haven't really made super efficient models, and so that's why I'm kind of shooting for efficiency on this one, because I really want to use this and stuff. But yeah, I love animation, but I do love spending time building models, because I think there's something just really cool about tangibly saying like, I made this. So it's mixed. I'm one of the people that really enjoys like every aspect of 3D. So that's why I consider myself a generalist, because I'm always trying to learn more stuff with everything else that's involved with 3D. That's just kind of how I end up going about things. Let's see. I too want to learn animation. Animation's a lot of fun. If you guys are looking at learning it, I suggest picking up a book called The Animator's Survival Kit. There's two versions of it. There's an extended and a regular. I would get the extended. That's the one I read. Lots of very solid information in there. Good. I got into school and I start this fall. I'm very excited. Also, your videos helped me a lot in making my portfolio. That's good. I'm glad. I'm definitely curious to hear how your journey at Genomon goes, or Nomon. I always call it Genomon. I'm curious to like know how that goes for you. It's super exciting. Do you know what you're gonna focus on while you're there? Like what your major's gonna kind of be? I hate the shape of this. Oh god. All right, hold on. Maybe if I just, maybe if I do this, maybe I'll feel better about myself. Probably not. Sure. No, that's not helping anything. I don't really know how Genomon or Nomon like sets up their like structure, so I don't know like how their whole program works. That's why that looks wonky. Okay. Yeah, you're welcome. Anybody hanging out working on any projects tonight? Anything cool going on? While I sit here and adjust verts for hours on end. I'm gonna finish this engine on this stream. I'm not gonna finish the engine, but I'm gonna finish like the block out of it, panel wise. I'm done messing around with this. It's just got so like discombobulated back here. I'm not even sure why, really. No. I sent you the car model. You sent them on Instagram. Do you want me to pull them up on stream, or do you want me to just review them offline? Because I can do either. Let's see. I want to focus on 3D environments, but I want to learn other 3D stuff like special effects so I can be a Swiss Army knife. Sorry. I love worlds in video games like Dead Space. My dream is to work for Rockstar. Nice. That's cool. That's awesome. I love Dead Space. I'm just excited to meet my cousins. It's been some time. Nice. That's cool. I get that feeling. All of my cousins live in Texas, and I do not. So, I totally understand that. And if you're not familiar with the U.S., Texas is massive and far away. So I don't go there very often. Alright, that's so much nicer. Now I feel like it's not going to be that much of a struggle. The struggle bus has left the station. Okay. Just going to kind of adjust this a little bit. Now the question, okay, yep. Okay, that is the shape that it needs to be, so that's good. Much better. All right. I'll keep you updated with my time there when I can. I still watch your videos because they help me a lot. That's good. I'm glad. I'm glad people enjoy my videos and they watch. I'm sorry I haven't been super active on social media. Life has been super crazy lately, so it's been a wild one. Did my camera move? I think my camera moved. Oh yeah, my monitor smacked it. There we go. That's better. Yeah, there we go. Now I'm centered. Yeah, I'm always glad to hear that people like my videos. All right. Let's see. Anil, let me know if you're cool with me opening it up on stream or if you want me to look at it off stream. If you're still there. Okay. So there's this tiny little panel. Not really tiny, it's like large, but I'm gonna make it now. So that goes between those guys. Okay. Detach. Separate. Hmm. So let's make sure that that's lining up with everything that it needs to. Yep. No, I know you sent it to me offline. Do you want me to look at it on stream, or do you want me to look at it off stream? Like, do you want me to actually pull it up on here and look at it? I always ask permission because I don't want somebody getting upset that I open up their art on my stream without their permission. I've seen a few accounts copy your work and post it. Yep, I'm aware of a couple of them. It happens. I just kind of gave up on fighting it. It's alright. They say that, what is it? The, mimicry is the best form of flattery or something like that, so. It is what it is. But if you ever see one, I always appreciate people letting me know. That way I can kind of keep an eye on them. I've got one on TikTok currently that just straight up steals my content that I've been pestering. And I was like, man, I just saw Matt Short about the same thing. Yeah, it's been brought to my attention by a couple of people. It's definitely kind of frustrating because, like, I do put a lot of time and energy into, like, you know, building those and researching them, but at the same time, like, there are always going to be people who try to skip the hard part and just, you know, copy what others do, and there's not too much I can do about that, but I do like keeping track of them. If you have the time, could you do more videos of topology and substance painter? I love texturing and modeling mostly at everything. Yeah, I need to resume the topology stuff. I've got like 3 series going on that I need to work on. But yeah, I've been kind of focusing on doing some breakdown stuff for like the things that I'm working on now, like paneling, because I feel like there's not enough information on paneling. A lot of people, when they show and they do tutorials on panels, they always show a very like basic, simple example of how to do panels, and no one ever really shows like a complicated workflow on it. So that's something I'm working on now to kind of build out for people. So that'll come eventually. After complete stream, then you accept. Okay, that's fine. I can do that. Yeah, unfortunately, Crix reporting people doesn't do anything. I have tried. The only way I can do that, the only way technically I can actually like go after people for taking my content is like straight up DMCAing them, and I'm not gonna abuse that system because that system was built to help people who actually have like art stolen and stuff like that. I'm not gonna cry over spilt milk when it comes to like people jacking my workflows, just because my workflow is probably the same as most other people's workflow. So, but again, if you ever come across one and you want to just send it to me, just send me a message and say like, hey, look, they're copying your content. I just like keeping track of them. I think I did. I commented on one of them. He deleted my comment, and I was like, damn, man, okay. It's just not cool. If you guys do content, if you decide to do content, don't steal other people's stuff. It ain't cool. Whoops. If I will, I come across. Yeah, of course. Thank you, man. That is just one of the downsides of creating stuff on the internet, is eventually there is somebody who wants to just cheat code it and take a shortcut. But I just get to take pleasure in knowing that I was the one that taught them. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I think it was. What was the last one I saw? I think the last one I saw was somebody stole my panel video. I was like, damn. Okay. Well, I know that's my workflow. By the way, I have to sadly go, but I have a little question. How do I improve my texturing? Like, what steps am I willing to sell my soul for that just to want my models to look good? Start learning about the concept of layering. That's one of the biggest things that kind of helps me is like layering stuff. So there's a video on my Instagram, if you saw it, it's where the Cittipati, I click through the different layers on that texture. Get comfortable with the idea of building up those different layers. And so, you know, you have your base skin layer, which is that like pinkish layer, and then you build on top of that and you add like dead skin, stuff like that. Or on hard surface models, you've got your bare metal, and then you add a paint layer, and then you tear that paint layer apart and you add some more scuffs and scratches and things like that. So you just start building and building and building. And then you start to kind of understand how over time texture builds up in real life. And that is kind of where you start to develop like how you build your textures out. That was the biggest thing that helped me, was just kind of understanding how things work and like how texture builds up over time, like things like dust and rust and oil and all that stuff. So working on some observation skills and then getting used to like layering systems is really important. Have you reached out to On Mars 3D to do a collaboration? I currently watch both of you and for all my 3D needs. No, I follow him. I think he follows me too. I haven't really reached out to anyone for collaborations yet. I don't currently have the time for it. I am actually technically doing a collaboration right now. I just haven't really announced it yet. But I haven't reached out to him in specifics. I've learned a lot from him. He's a fantastic teacher. He is who I learned a lot of my topology stuff from early on. So he's an awesome resource. Him and I always forget his name. Oh, what's his name? Drawing a blank on it. Andrew Hodgson, another good one. Let's see. Like, what are all those layers from metals? Space, metal, edge wear, scratches, roughness, variations. Yeah, so once you get comfortable with understanding, like, what those layers do and, like, how they interact with things. So, like, roughness is going to be, like, your general, like, base surface wear. So things like micro dust, stuff like that. That's where your roughness is going to come in handy to break up the shininess of the metal. And so when you start to look at the way you are kind of modifying your base material with the different layers, you start to understand like what each one does. And so if I had substance open, I'd show you, but like roughness is like one of the most important ones that we use for PBR because it allows us to break that surface up and really kind of make that feel like it's an actual like tangible thing. And so once you start to figure out how to control those surfaces and how to work with like some of the procedural generated stuff as well as the hand painted stuff, it really unlocks a lot of like possibilities. That collab will be insane. One with Abe too would be super good. Yeah, I don't know about Abe just because he's a character artist and I don't really do character art. But who knows? I haven't put a lot of thought into doing collabs, so maybe that'll be something I do kind of near the end of the year when I have a little bit more time. I like Abe's stuff, though. I've learned a lot of Substance Painter stuff from him. He's very, very smart when it comes to that. Oh, screwed up. I have to go. Have a good one. All right. Have a good one, Crix. Enjoy hanging out with your family. Okay, so that should take care of that one. I was like, oh my god. There we go. That's better. Okay. So this corner's collapsing. Okay, so this is where I need to kind of build up the support for this corner. It's kind of like a weird, like, puzzle in a way. You just eventually kind of figure out how to work with this stuff and get it to all work together. Look at that. Okay. So that should be solid. Don't expect any issues from that. The only problem that I'm having is there's no additional support down here in the center, so I'm going to just kind of do that real quick. Keep that from stretching too much. And let's take a look at it. Okay, so pretty good. There's a little bit of a pinch here going on. But otherwise, everything's kind of lining up the way I want it to. I just need to kind of spread some of this out a little bit. So this, for instance. And that gets rid of that nice seam. Okay. Getting there. Watch your YouTube videos and I found out you were live here. Hey, what's up, Sid? How are you? Which video were you watching out of curiosity? Okay, so that is way too pinchy for me. I don't like it. It's also got this weird divot, so this is where I'm gonna work now. Okay. So that's collapsing a little bit. Mainly because of the way that's set up, so might have to come back and kind of tweak that a little bit. The main goal is just to break up these sharp seams as much as possible. And then I could deal with this little pinch later. Oh, let's see. Sorry, guys. Okay, cool. Obviously a hard surface modeling tutorial. I mean, that's good, because that's all I make. But, that's cool. Hopefully you're learning a lot from it. I really need to, like, make more YouTube videos, but, dude, it just takes so much freaking time. Do you ever want to learn ZBrush for hard surface? It's funny, I was actually talking to Jared about that last night. He was poking fun of me on his stream. And we were just talking about how, like, crazy difficult it is. Thank you, Chris, for the bits. I don't know. I might someday. ZModeler is definitely on my list of things to look at, but I don't know if I'll ever use it to replace, like, standard hard surface modeling. I don't really know. I haven't really decided. What's up, Gotham? How are you? I'm trying to figure out where this panel ends, and I don't really know. I'm just gonna... Chris! Thank you for the biddies. I mean, use it for... Let's see. Chris! What are you doing? Morning, sir. Yeah, I mean, usually used for sculpts and props. I love Z-Model. Yeah, and it's something I want to play with eventually. It's pretty cool. Having fun? Always having fun. Cat! Thank you guys for the biddies. I appreciate you. What are you guys doing? I thought you were playing Animal Crossing. Why is that one flashing black when it ends? You broke it, Chris. Good job. Blame Tex. K. Bye. Alright, it's Tex's fault. Jesus Christ, Tex. Thank you guys for the biddies. I appreciate it. How is Animal Crossing going? Oh god, Roy's here. Thank you, Roy. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate you guys so much. Why do we switch to roughness from reflections and glossiness? It's just kind of a different way they decided to handle it. I don't really know what the technical reason for switching to was. Both kind of do the same thing. I think roughness is just a little bit more, you can get a little bit more minute control over it. So it kind of depends. I don't really know what the official reason for switching all that around was. Thank you guys for the biddies. Roy, how you doing, man? Chris, I'm sure I'll talk to you after stream, so I'm not even going to ask you. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you a lot. Detach. Mesh. Separate. Yeah, so that's been a good question that I've been getting for the past couple of live streams, actually, is to do texturing with ID maps. It's a little bit overdue for me to do a couple more Substance tutorials. It's funny because like my Substance tutorial is actually one of my top videos, which kind of bugs me because I didn't put a lot of time into that one. But I'm happy that it's one of my top videos. So I do need to do some more Substance stuff, especially with the color IDs, because it seems like a lot of people are confused on how those work. But yeah, I will definitely get that added to my list of things to do. I mainly use Blender, but one video you said you have to know fundamentals of 3D software. It's just a tool to achieve what you want to make. Always follow your tips for hard surface modeling. That's cool. I love that. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with Blender. In fact, I'm actually filming a video with Blender currently. It's going to be a bit of a meme, but it's still fun. I can use both. I can model in both. At least I think I can model in Blender. I haven't really fully tried yet, but as long as you understand the fundamentals of things like, you know, topology, the way like your edge flow is working, all that stuff. Each tool has its own set of like specialized tools all over the place, and then each tool has the tools that are the same as the other tools. So it really doesn't matter as long as you just choose the software that you're comfortable with. It's like using Photoshop, right? Like I used Photoshop for years, but I'm by no means like addicted to Photoshop. I switched to Affinity Photo because they have a better product. And so some people don't like Autodesk, some people don't like Blender. And so whatever works for you is what you should use. Let's see. The Prasoon, what's going on? Not much. What's going on with you? One second, guys. How long have I been going? Oh, I've been going an hour. All right. Let's see. Yeah, I may joke about not liking Blender, but that's just because it gets a rise out of their community. It's not because I actually hate Blender. I don't hate Blender. But I'm glad that you saw through that and that you get to learn fun stuff. Okay, that looks like shit. We'll fix that in a bit. Big fan. Thank you. I appreciate that. Sport's gonna be the death of me, I swear to God. Okay. All right. let's see. Yeah, that's what I was kind of concerned about there. Okay. This is... Okay. Go back. Off. Alright, so let's kind of correct that a little bit. There we go. Let's see. How are we looking when we smooth? Oh, that's less than desirable. Okay. Let me see. Alrighty. Let's see. Go ahead and bevel this. These are one of the, this is going to be like one of those bevels where I like really want to pay attention to what I'm doing. Yeah, see? I just almost made a horrible mistake. Because that's all I want to bevel. Basically anything that's a sharp corner, but I don't want it to carry down into this stuff because this stuff doesn't need to bevel. Alright, so we're going to... Where's the bevel? There it is. Alright, so I'll go through and just check this to make sure it didn't like offset anything weird. And it looks like we're okay. Do our triple supports. This is gonna be, I think that's a tough one. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna, whoa, wait a minute, what? Ooh, that sucks. Okay, so that's problematic. One side is very different from the other side. Where is it? Yeah, okay, so that's the behavior that I would have expected. So go there. Okay, so the issue here now is that the edge flow is kind of trash. So let's kind of fix this a bit. Let me think about how I want to fix this a little bit. This explains why it was doing what it was doing earlier. Okay. Did my Instagram died? Of course it did. Hour. Hold on, guys. In live video. Discard video. God, I hate Instagram sometimes. Live again. Public. No, public. Copy. Okay. Go live. Second here. All right. Go live. We live again? Live again on Instagram? Let's see here. Come on, Instagram. Come back! There it is. Okay, cool. Sorry, guys. Instagram cuts the stream early because they suck. Okay. So, back to what I was doing. I'm going to redirect a lot of this stuff. I'm going to manually cut this. Yeah, everybody on Instagram, if you guys are ever curious, Instagram cuts my live streams at an hour, so if I stop streaming, the best way to catch me and continue watching is on YouTube or Twitch. Just as a heads up. Hello from Jamaica. What's up, Animation Nerd? How are you? Jamaica. I think that's the first time somebody said from Jamaica. That's cool. I don't meet too many people from Jamaica. Okay. So... that's a nice pole. I don't really want to have that. But I don't necessarily think there's going to be an easy way to avoid having that. And honestly, it doesn't look too bad, so I might just leave it. It should be okay. Okay. So, smooth that, see how that piece is looking. That's good. That's funky. Why did that happen? Oh, beveling, my friend. How I hate you. Oh, dude. That sucks. Okay. This is why I don't like bevels. Okay. So that's an ugly little triangle that we gotta fix now. Nope, not that way. Okay. Did that do that on this side? No, it didn't. Alright. I was gonna just mirror it over, but then I realized that these are two separate different connecting points, and I just can't do that. So that's kind of sucky. But that's alright. Okay. Oh yeah, that looks that's fucking great. Okay. So let's start with the bottom. And we'll get that lined up. And then we'll start working on the other stuff, because that's just atrociously bad. Okay. So that's going to... oh, no. Okay. No. Okay. It's fixable. Hold on. It's fixable and it'll look better. I promise. Get out of here. Okay, that's cool. I don't, maybe I didn't think this through. It's possible I didn't think this through enough. Okay. Let's see. Yeah. Let's see. I don't like this form of like live troubleshooting, but it should hopefully get me to where I need to be. Yeah, sure, that works. Okay. Ooh. Pull that down just a little bit. Rotate it up a bit. Just gotta make that work. Zach, well, it's been a busy night. Not one ride. Oh, man. That sucks. Oh, been a bus night, not busy. I thought you were making a joke by it not being busy. That sucks, man. Are you gonna stick it out, or are you gonna just head home? Okay. Feeling less horrible about this now? This is why it's important to do a blockout, guys, though, because, like, you can see my blockout was trash, but I was able to really quickly just iterate it and get it right back to where I needed it, so blockouts are your friend, even though they suck to make. They feel like a waste of time. Alrighty, so this guy, you, Mr. Special Array of Vertices, are going to get slid over. Yes, beautiful. Alright. I need to download more music because I'm getting tired of these tracks. Okay. Heading home, nah, not gonna waste gas. I get that, man. Yeah, that sucks. I remember having nights like that when I was doing that stuff. My wife was in school, I was the only one working, and so we were having to pay for like vet bills and stuff like that, and so I ended up doing DoorDash, and then she ended up doing DoorDash, and it was tough, man. So I get how that feels. Okay. So let's get this. It's cool. More art time. I mean, that's good. That's the goal, right? Manashra, hello, how are you? I hope I said your name right. Sorry if I didn't. Where did my chat go? Oh, there it is. What do you plan to work on tonight, Zach? How do you recommend managing the textures? Reconnecting the maps when moving to different machines is tedious. So, there's a super awesome thing that we do for avoiding having to do that. So, there are two things that you have to set up when you set up your project. The first thing is you need to go to your project window, and you need to build out a project like this. When you build out a project like that, it looks like this. So if I go here, my Interceptor folder, you have all of these folders. And so these folders are basically Maya's language structure, if you want to think of it that way. So Maya looks at this configuration of folders and says, okay, this is where this stuff is stored. So for instance, source images is where we'd be dropping our textures. So we throw our textures in our source images, and then we save our scene file to our scene folder, like I do. So in here I have all of my different increment saves. This is where everything goes. When you move to another machine, you move this whole folder. And so you take that folder, you move it to another machine, or you have it on a network drive or something like that. Then when you open up Maya, you go into File, Set Project. Then you locate your project. So like right here is my Interceptor, so I double click that and hit Set. That relinks everything. A lot of time what you'll have to do is you'll have to save it and then just either close it or reopen the project. But that will reload everything, and you don't have to reattach anything. It's all just set up and good to go. Joker, specifically pants. Pants modeling. That sounds so exciting. I'm sure it's much more exciting than what I'm doing right now, but I know in like the grand scheme of like sculpting things, I'm sure pants are not the best thing to work on. So set projects. Thanks for the tips. You're welcome. I guess I should probably make a quick tip video on that, shouldn't I? I don't know. Chat, what do you guys think? Should I do that? I don't think I've ever referred to you guys as chat. I kind of hate that. I hate how, like, weird that has gotten. However, I need to get them feeling better. They are not. Oh, okay, yeah. That's fair. I get that. That's what I'm doing with this right now, because this looks like shit. I mean, it doesn't look like total shit, but it looks not great. It's at least matching up, though. Kind of. Sort of, not really. Alright, so this is where this guy actually needs to go away. One. Okay, so that's... let's see. We're gonna shift some verts around. My favorite thing to do. You have a time frame you're trying to meet this? Oh, hell no. I mean, 100 hours, usually what I'll do. I'm getting to the faster portion of this now. But I don't tend to put a limit on like how much time I need to spend on a project, unless I absolutely have to. It's actually been nice having something to focus on for stream for a little while, because I've been feeling the creep of burnout, and I'm trying to avoid it. So it's kind of helping me just like slow down a little bit. No, that's fine. Sure. Let's fix that. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and add a new multicut here. This is just tedious work. But the cool thing is once this engine's done, I get to start doing the really fun, like, panel work. So... Okay, I'll be right back. Alright, cool. Sounds good. Okay. So that should be pretty... What is that? Okay, that's fine. Pretty clean. Everything's kind of matched up the way it needs to be. That was never set up. I'm deciding to create a channel for gaming and 3D modeling, small stuffs, and so that I need to be well versed in 3D in all sides, or not need to be. Suggestion on this. You don't need to be, you just need to be a little bit careful. So when you're, the general kind of rule is if you're looking at creating educational content, you need to understand what you're doing to an extent where you're confident in being able to tell people like what they should be doing. It's one of the reasons why I don't teach ZBrush. It's one of the reasons why I don't teach things that I don't use. I don't teach Marmoset because I barely use Marmoset or Unreal. So teach what you're comfortable with if that's what you're gonna do. If you're just gonna do stuff to like show off your modeling, by all means, just do what you want to do. That's not a big deal. But just be careful when it comes to like educational content, because the last thing you want to do is flood the market with content that is going to be treated as like, you know, rules for students who are in school, and then it ends up being the wrong thing. How do you slide edge along the model shape? So all you need to do, so say I want to slide this edge, we'll just Control Shift, go down to transform constraints and do edge slide. And that'll do your edge slide, so that way when you pull it, you see how it stops and it doesn't like really move at all. That's how you do that. So it's just your transform constraints. There's edge and surface slide. Alright, that should be fixed. Kind of. Okay. So that panel gap's a little bit too big for me. I don't like it. I'm gonna just squeeze it a little bit. And then I'm gonna add another edge loop here to just further support that. Gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Okay. Let's see. What about gaming side? It's a wish for me to do it. So you're talking about like game development, or are you talking about like playing games for like content on stream? I've done both. Or are you talking about like actual game design? Okay, well that's fixed. Playing and streaming. So as far as like playing and streaming, like I say go for it. Like it's always fun to experiment with live streaming. Live streaming is an awesome way to build up public speaking skills too. Game design. Oh, game design, is it a good option? I got you. Yeah, it is. It's just it's a tight industry right now, so just getting in is tough, but it's a good option to work in. If that's your goal, then that's what you should work towards. Or if that's what you want to be doing anyway. Okay, back. What's up? Welcome back. Y'all locked in for the night? Oh, dude, I have beer for tonight. That's exciting. That's exciting. Alright, let's look at this. Shift I just want to look at the outer shell. Okay, that's feeling a lot better. Just gotta work on that area a little bit, but... Oh, this was the part that stressed me out the most, so I'm glad it's, like, going well. Let's look at Slick. Thank you. It's getting there. It definitely needs a little bit of work, but it's finally getting there. These are so weirdly shaped, dude. Like, this has been the weirdest shape I've ever worked on. But that's why I chose this model. I chose this model because it was weird looking. And I thought it was cool looking, but it's also weird looking, so... There's something really satisfying about making a weird shape that doesn't normally exist. But I need a good machine for it for game development. You do and you don't. I mean, you kind of do. Like, it just depends. Like, you can get away with a lot on a lower end computer, but as long as you have a semi-decent video card, you can get away with doing enough. I would just see what the limits are of your machine, and then if you run into an issue, then it's time to upgrade, you know? Also reminds me of the ships from the Nova Corp from the Guardians. Yeah! Yeah, I didn't even think about that, actually. It does. It's got that pointed front. Hold on a second. It does look pretty similar, doesn't it? He even did a paint scheme for it that looks exactly like them, too. These are cool ships. I liked these. It is kind of similar. That'd be a fun one to build. I love the engine on the back of this thing. If you've ever been to Disney World, you can see this thing in front of the Guardians ride, and I stared at the back of this thing for like 30 minutes, just taking in all the details. Because it's so cool to see it like blown up in real life. How do you afford Autodesk Maya? I purchase Autodesk Maya Indie. It's like $300 a year. It's cheaper than Substance Painter. If you pay monthly, anyway. If you buy it outright, Substance is cheaper. But if you pay for ZBrush, it's much cheaper. Bro, this and Galaxy's Edge. Yes, Galaxy's Edge was a nice one, too. Like, sitting in line for the Smuggler's Run ride, I was, like, looking at all the detail on the Millennium Falcon. There's so much stuff there. Hi, just a quick question. Do I have to have both production mesh sub D and game mesh? No N-gons with quads and tries to make a portfolio that can cater to both films and games. So you can. You need to. That's tough. That's a tough question because I know a lot of people who are like higher up artists who have just transferred to the game industry without having like game assets in their portfolio. So I think as long as you show a really good understanding of like topology and stuff like that, you can generally make the switch, especially with hard surface, because like the only difference with hard surface in like games is we just have to support the shape enough to where it shows through, and then textures kind of handle the rest. So it's not a bad idea to have both in your portfolio if you're trying to go for both, but I definitely recommend like catering your portfolio to the one that you care about more. So if you care more about game design, cater it towards that. If you care more about film, cater it towards that. I also really like Avengers Campus in Cali. Yeah, I got to go to that for the first time this last year because I hadn't been to California in a long time. There's a lot of neat stuff there. I was really sad that we didn't get to see Spider-Man slam into the side of the building when he does the flippy thing. It's easy to learn optimization, difficult to learn the art skills and the appeal. Exactly. Because when it comes to texturing, I am still... Okay, wait. Is 3D... Okay, wait. In 3D, is it okay to do videos only on modeling? Will it... Good to do only modeling? Because when it comes to texturing, I am still... So... the general rule nowadays, because it is as accessible and easy. Not that texturing's easy, like texturing is difficult, but like it's much easier for somebody to learn how to texture now because of things like Substance and Mari. You definitely want to show that you understand texturing. It is kind of considered to be a necessary thing in portfolios nowadays, just because like they're not just looking for people who can do models anymore. You may end up in a company only doing models, but there are more companies that want to see modeling and texturing and even some other things than there are companies that are like just cool with a grayscale model. So the general concept is learn texturing. Let's see. If you want a game folio, I'd learn to use trim sheet workflow. That too. That's also a good one. That has been something I have just refused to learn, and maybe will someday. Okay. I'm feeling pretty good about this. I'm going to finish this last part, and then I think that's going to be it for stream. Okay, let's look at this amalgamation of... hold on. Is that... Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to fix that. I don't like that at all. You ever do that when you're working on something? You're like, hey, that looks terrible. Trim sheets are pretty cool though. I've watched a couple of videos on how they do that. Do I want to keep this? I don't know if I want to keep this little... Hold on. Yeah, I need to because it's it gets capped. All right, that's fine. Whatever. Let's just make this not look like crap. Alright, so even that out. Pull that down. Nobody uses UDIMs in games. Need to learn to make reusable textures. Yep. I mean, that's not necessarily true. There are people who use UDIMs in games. But it's highly dependent on the asset and what it's going to be used for. And they're also very limited. Like, you're not going to use 100 UDIMs in a game. It's just not going to happen. Okay, so this is a common thing that we can fix real quick. I don't like that, so I'm going to fix it. Just plop that there. Okay. Was under the misconception that they used UDIMs in God of War Ragnarok for the creatures. That was actually incorrect. Did they not? Really? That's impressive. I need to actually play those games. I've been playing the first God of War, but I don't have a PlayStation 3, so my stuff stops at emulation. I tried, but it ultimately didn't work out. Interesting. Okay, so this is actually kind of already set up for me. Did I bevel this previously? I think I did. That was stupid of me. No, wait a minute. Did I? No, I didn't. Okay. Shapes like this, it gets kind of complicated to look at them and be like, oh yeah, no, totally did that the way I wanted to do that. Okay, that's cool. That is kind of unacceptable. Let's fix that. I know that that's not going to line up anymore. Okay. Beautiful. That should be everything that needs to be beveled. Okay. Alright. Cool. That's looking better. Sweet. Nope, don't do that. That's not what I wanted. Show isolate, you selected. Okay, so let's line these up now. I think I want to do this. Man, I'm actually really happy with how that's looking. God. Alright, let's see. I guess I can just scale it? I don't really want to. Yeah, I mean, that'll work. Alrighty. So that works out pretty well over there, but it doesn't work out anywhere else. Okay. Sweet. I love working without symmetry. I just love it so much. Nope, I did that without edge slide on. I'm not making that mistake. Boss Barrage, good morning. How are you? Okay. So the nice thing is, most of this is lining up. Almost perfectly. So I just have to kind of shimmy it. That's not though. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That was almost a mistake. Okay. Okay. So this one, let's see. So that one has to be a sharp corner, whereas this one actually continues the bevel. So let's figure out how I want to do this. Okay. Because that's fine. Same kind of deal here. This will just give me kind of a rough feel for how this needs to work out. Can we do pivot snapping? That's a good question. Technically, yes. So you can like hit D. And then as long as you turn on your point snap, it will point snap. It's just not, it's not the best thing in the world. So technically, yes, you can. You just got to be real careful with it. But yeah, so just turn on your point snap and then snap it that way. Turn that off so it doesn't screw me up. Okay. Okay, let's go here. I came to tell you that I just got money from the internship. Nice. Good. Hell yeah. Congrats. Your hard work paid off. How would you go about making the paneling? So I've got a video that I posted, I think, like last week on how I've been doing it. But basically what I do is I separate the paneling from my block out, and then I just kind of rebuild it. And then most of it just gets kind of snapped back together. So, for instance, like, I'll take this and move this up here and get it close enough to where I need it. And then I'll do the final kind of snapping here. So I'll just go V and then pop. And then that kind of seals it. Now to go, because I'm on my way right now. Have fun, Matt. Love your work. All right, Crix. Have a good one. Have a good weekend, man. I didn't miss any other messages on Instagram. Super Bro, what about you? I'm doing good, Boss Raj. Sorry, I missed your message. I am doing good. Oh, hi. Why? Let's leave that. What is that and why is it moving with me? Oh, I see. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna fix this now because I know I'll get stuck on it. Okay. Okay. Oh, cool. That's fun. Okay. Just got really windy outside, and I don't know why. Okay. Okay. Let's test that out, see how that's looking. That's pretty good. All right, show, isolate, view selected. Let's select all of the good stuff here. Everything that I just did. And take a look at it. Beautiful. All right, so minus some panel gapping issues. It's getting there. Okay. All right, guys. It is about time because I have to make a phone call. But let's go ahead and do this. View selected. I'm gonna go ahead and just clean up my work here. And then file, increment, and save. All right, everybody, thank you so much for hanging out tonight. It's been a lot of fun. I am going to be back. Will I be back Monday? Yeah, Monday. Monday I'll be back. So you guys all have a wonderful, safe weekend. Instagram, this is where I say goodbye first. You guys have a wonderful night, and thanks for hanging out. All right, and YouTube, you guys are next because I can't raid or anything on here. So you guys have a wonderful night, and I will see you all live next week. And then Twitch, we're gonna raid out. Where did my Twitch?